Welcome back to another exciting episode of Story Cubes. You give me ideas for what story to tell in the comments, and I try to read them with these dice. In today's story, I'm going to read, My Wi-Fi router is sentient and wants custody of the kids. Okay, let's do it. Once upon a time, there was a family who spent all of their time on the internet. The one thing they did not realize, though, is that every night the internet would come to life and become sentient. The internet really enjoyed this family, but wished it had its own. So the internet made a gamble. The internet knew the only way for it to have a family of its own is if it had kids. But you see, the internet couldn't have any kids. So one day, while the family was dreaming of their new internet exploring of what they were going to do, the internet had a great idea. He was to use their passwords to unlock government secrets and use those government secrets against the parents. Once they were sent away in prison for releasing government secrets in jail, the internet decided to adopt the children and take them far away where the parents wouldn't be able to get to them because they were in prison, and would route out the direction of where they were going to head, and it was all the way to the North Pole where nothing grew, not even flowers. The children thought this was great fun. They thought that the internet was their friend. And every night they would dream of all the fun things that they would do with the internet. However, in the North Pole, the internet realized it was very slow because there wasn't a lot of service out there. Not a lot of people lived in the North Pole. The internet tried to find all kinds of ways of keeping things lighthearted, but the children would always try to wander away in search of their parents, for they did not know what happened to them. The internet realized that he needed to find a way to get the parents to stay in prison and never contact the kids in the North Pole, even though the parents did not know the children were in the North Pole. One night, when the internet was searching fun things to do with the children, they searched for the parents at night in hopes of finding them, but in the North Pole there was no one around. Until there was a magic star, a shooting star, a wishing star, and the children decided to make a wish. If they had magical powers, perhaps they could then summon their parents to them in the North Pole. So they made a big wish to have magical powers, and to their surprise, they were able to grant them the ability to not just summon anyone, but only their parents. So they knew that the best solution for them was to summon their parents to their location at the North Pole. The parents were summoned to the North Pole with the kids and realized that they did not know how to travel back home again because they were stuck out there now. And so they had a great idea. The best way for them to find a way home is to trick the internet into giving them a way home. So they made a little gamble with the internet that if the internet wanted to keep the kids, they would have to beat them in a challenge. But if they were to lose, the internet had to return them home. The key to their success was knowing that the internet was cocky and that it would take on this challenge. The challenge that the parents gave the internet was to grow a forest in the North Pole. Because it was so cold, they knew that the internet would not be able to succeed. So the internet tried its best to create life in the North Pole, but it realized it was difficult. Even when trying to order it on Amazon to be airdropped onto the snow, it was still impossible. The internet was frustrated, so it knew the best way to fix this problem was to then order a box full of fleas filled with the bubonic plague, and he killed the parents and also the kids. The the end. Happily ever after.